Haribol. Jai Saparika Shri Guru Gaur Chandra Ju Ki Jai Shri Giraj Govardhan Ju Ki Jai Jai Vishnupad Paramhansa Paribrajakacharya Statera Sita Shri Shriman Srila Bhakti Sundar Govindadev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Jai Vishnupad Paramhansa Paribrajakacharya Astatera Sita Shri Shriman Srila Bhakti Rakak Sri Dharev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Welcome to Śrī Chaitanya Saraswat Mission Morning Class. Dandava. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Jita Padakamalam Shri Gurung Vaishnavangscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitangstam Sajivam Sadvetam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitangscha Om Ajnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Svapadantikam. Haribol Jai. Continuing to read the 19th chapter of the Anchalila, the Lord's inconceivable behavior. Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhaktivinoda Gaur Bhaktivinoda Jai Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Ki Jai Srila Om Vishnupad A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Text 106. Alaukika Prabhu Cheshta Pralapa Shuniya Tarkana Kariha Shuna Vishvasa Kariya. The activities of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are undoubtedly uncommon, especially his talking like a madman. Therefore, one who hears these pastimes should not put forth mundane arguments. He should simply hear the pastimes with full faith. Ihara satyatve pramana Shri Bhagavate Shri Radhara prema pralapa Bhramar Gīta. The evidence of the truth of these talks is found in Srimad Bhagavatam. There, in the section of the 10th canto known as the Bhramar Gītā, the song to the Bumblebee, Śrīmatī Radharani speaks insanely in ecstatic love for Krishna. When Uddhava arrived from Mathura carrying a message for the gopis began talking about Krishna and crying. Then Śrīmatī Radharani saw a bumblebee and began speaking to it like someone mad, thinking that the bee was a messenger of Uddhava's or someone very dear to him and Krishna. The verses are as follows. Madhupa kitava bandho mas prishangrim sapatnaya kucha vilulita mala kunkuma smashubirna Vahatu madhupatistan maninan manininam prasadam Jadu sadasi vidambyam yasya dutastram idrik. My dear bumblebee, you are a very cunning friend of Uddhava and Krishna. You are very expert in touching people's feet, but I am not going to be misled by this. You appear to have sat on the breasts of one of Krishna's friends, for I see that you have kumkum dust on your mustache. Krishna is now engaged in flattering all his young girlfriends in Mathura. Therefore, now that he can be called a friend of the residents of Mathura, he does not need the help of the residents of Vrindavan. He has no reason to satisfy us gopis, since you are the messenger of such a person as he, what is the use of your presence here? Certainly Krishna would be ashamed of your presence in this assembly. How has Krishna offended the gopis so that they want to reject him from their minds? The answer is given as follows. Sakrit adara sadunam svang mohining payayitva samanasa eva sajjas tadyaches man bhavadrik parichati katam tat padapadman padma hyapi bhatta hricheta uttama shloka jalpai. Krishna no longer gives us the enchanting nectar of his lips. Instead, he now gives that nectar to the women of Mathura. Krishna directly attracts our minds, yet he resembles a bumblebee like you because he gives up the association of the beautiful flower and goes to a flower that is inferior. That is the way that Krishna has treated us. I do not know why the goddess of fortune sometimes the fortune continues to serve his lotus feet instead of leaving him aside. Apparently she believes in Krishna's false words. We gopis, however, are not unintelligent like Lakshmi. After hearing the bumblebee's sweet songs and recognizing that the bee was singing about Krishna for her satisfaction, the gopi replied, Kim iha bahu sad angre gayasi tvam yadunam adipatim agrahanam agrahona puranam vijaya shaka shakinam gyatam tat prasanga chapita kucharu jaste kalpayanti stamishtaha. My dear Bumblebee, Lord Krishna has no residence here, but we know him as Yadupati, the king of the Yadu dynasty. We know him very well, and therefore are not interested in hearing any more songs about him. It would be better for you to go sing to those who are now very dear to Krishna. Those women of Mathura have now achieved the opportunity of being embraced by him. They are his beloveds now, and therefore he has relieved the burning in their breasts. If you go there and sing your songs to those fortunate women, they will be very pleased and they will honor you. Divi bhuvi charasayam kastriyasta durapa kapataruchiraha sabru vidrim basyayasyu charana raja upaste yasya bhutirvayam ka apicha kripana pakshe yuttama shloka sabdaha. O collector of honey, Krishna must be very sorry not to see us gopis. Surely he is afflicted by memories of our pastimes. Therefore he has sent you as a messenger to satisfy us. Do not speak to us. All the women in the three worlds, where death is inevitable, the heavenly, middle, and the lower planets, are very easily available to Krishna because his curved eyebrows are so attractive. Moreover, he is always served very faithfully by the goddess of fortune. In comparison with her, we are most insignificant. Indeed, we are nothing. Yet although he is very cunning, Krishna is also very charitable. You may inform him that he is praised for his kindness to unfortunate persons, and that he is therefore known as Uttama Shloka, one who is praised by chosen words and verses. Vishuja shirashi padang vedam yaham chatu karer anunaya vidushaste bhetya daucher mikundat swakrita iha vishrishta patya patyanya loka vyashrija sakrita cheta kimnu sandeyam asmin. You are buzzing at my feet. just to be forgiven for your past offenses. Kindly go away from my feet. I know that Mukunda has taught you to speak very sweet, flattering words like this, and to act as his messenger. These are certainly clever tricks, my dear Bumblebee, but I can understand them. This is Krishna's offense. We do not tell Krishna what I have said, although I know you are very envious. We gopis have given up our husbands, our sons, and all religious principles that promise better births, and now we have no business other than serving Krishna. Yet Krishna, by controlling his mind, has easily forgotten us. Therefore, don't speak of him anymore. Let us forget our relationship. Mrigayoriva kapindrang vivyadhe lubda dharma Shriyamakrita virupang Srijita kamayanam Balimapi balim atva Vestayadvan ksavadyas Tamalamashita sakyer Dustyajastad katarta. When we remember the past births of Krishna, my dear Bumblebee, we are very much afraid of him. In his incarnation as Lord Ramachandra, he acted just like a hunter and unjustly killed his friend Bali. Lusty Surpanaka came to satisfy Ramachandra's desires, but he was so attached to Sita Devi that he cut off Surpanaka's nose. In his incarnation as Vamanadev, he plundered all of Bali Maharaj and took all his possessions, cheating him on the pretext of accepting worship from him. Vamanadev caught Bali Maharaj exactly as one catches a crow. My dear Bumblebee, it is not very good to make friends with such a person. I know that once one begins to talk about Krishna, it is very difficult to stop. And I admit that I have insufficient strength to give up talking about him. Yad anucharita lila karna piyusha viprut sakridadana viduta dvandva dharma binashtat sapadi griha kutumbang dinam utsrijadina Bahava iha vihanga bhikshu chayam charanti. Topics about Krishna are so powerful that they destroy the four religious principles: religion, economic development, sense gratification, and liberation. Anyone who drinks even a drop of Krishna Katha through oral reception is freed from all material attachment and envy. Like a bird with no means of subsistence, such a person becomes a mendicant and lives by begging. Ordinary household affairs become miserable for him, and without attachment he suddenly gives up everything. Although such renunciation is quite suitable, because I'm a woman, I'm unable to adopt it. Vayamritam ivajima vyahritam shadadana kulikarutam ivagya krishna vadvo hiranya dadushur ashakridetat Tannaka sparshativra smararupa upamam na antrin banyatam anyavarta. O my dear messenger, I am just like a foolish bird that hears the sweet songs of a hunter, believes in them due to simplicity, and is then pierced in the heart and made to suffer all kinds of miseries. Because we believed in Krishna's words, we have suffered great pain. Indeed, the torch of Krishna's nails has injured our faces. He has caused us so much pain. Therefore, you should give up topics concerning him and talk about something else. After hearing all these statements from Śrīmatī Rādhikā, the bumblebee left and then returned. After some thought, the gopi said, Priyasaka puneraga preyasa presita kim varaya kim anurunde mananiyo simenga nayasakyatam ihasman dusyajadvandva parshvam tatatam urasi somya shrivaddu sakamaste. You are Krishna's very dear friend, and by his order you have come here again. Therefore you are worshipable for me. O best of all messengers, tell me now, what is your request? What do you want? Krishna cannot give up conjugal love, and therefore I understand that you have come here to take us to him. But how will you do that? We know that many goddesses of fortune now reside at Krishna's chest, and they constantly serve Krishna better than we can. Praising the bumblebee for his sobriety, she began to speak in great jubilation. Api bhatta madhu puryam arya putra dunaste smarati sapitri gehan somya bandungs chagopan kvachirapi sakatana kinkarinam bhujama guru sugandam murdyadan murdyadasyat kadanu. Krishna is now living like a gentleman at the Gurukula in Mathura, forgetting all the gopis of Vrindavan. But does he not remember the sweet house of his father, Nanda Maharaj? We are all naturally his maidservants. Does he not remember us? Does he ever speak about us, or has he forgotten us completely? Will he ever forgive us and once again touch us with those hands fragrant with the scent of aguru? So that is all from the 10th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, and Srila Prabhupada very mercifully gave this to us in the Krishna book. Mudishira Gita Jaina Dashame Rasheshe Panditena Bhujetara Artha Visheshe. The songs of the queens at Dwarka, which are mentioned at the end of the 10th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, have a very special meaning. They are not understood even by the most learned scholars. These songs of the Srimad Bhagavatam are verses 15 to 24 of the 19th chapter of the 10th canto. So Srila Prabhupada has included all these verses which were spoken by Srimati Radharani to a bumblebee, which reminds me of that picture. But this is in the purport of the verse when Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj himself is saying all these mad talks of Mahaprabhu, they are, as Srimati Radharani, have their evidence in the Srimad Bhagavatam of so much contradictory feelings and talks crashing together. So now the following purport contains the prayers that are given in the 10th canto, at the end of the 10th canto, by the queens of Dwarka. Kurari vilapasi tvang vita nidra nasheshe swapiti jagati ratyam ishvaro gupti bodha vayamiva shaki kachit gada nirbina cheta nalina nayana haso daradile kshitena. All the queens incessantly thought of Krishna. After their pastimes in the water, the queen said, "Our dear friend, the osprey, Krishna is now asleep, but we stay awake at night because of him. You laugh at us when you see us awake at night, but why are you not sleeping? You seem absorbed in thoughts of Krishna. Have you also been pierced by Krishna's smile? His smile is very sweet. One who is pierced by such an arrow is very fortunate." Netre nimalayasi naktam adishta bandhus tvam roda vishi karunam bhatta chakravaki tasyangata vayamiva chuttapada justam kim va Śrī Shrajam sprihayase kavare navodum. O Chakravaki, you keep your eyes wide open at night because you cannot see your friend. Indeed, you are suffering very much. Is it because of compassion that you are crying? Or are you trying to capture Krishna by remembering him? Having been touched by the lotus feet of Krishna, all the queens are very happy. Are you crying to wear Krishna's garland on your head? Please answer these questions clearly, O Chakravaki, so that we can understand. Bobo sada nishtana se udanvan alabdan nidro digata prajagarha kimva mukunda pahritatma lanchana praptam dasham tvang jagato durachayam. O ocean, you have no opportunity to sleep quietly at night. Instead, you are always awake and crying. You have received this benediction and your heart is broken just like ours. Mukunda's business with us is simply to smear our marks of kumkum. O ocean, you suffer as much as we. Tvam yakshamana balavatasi grihita indo shinas tamona nijaditi diditi shinosi kochan mukunda gaditani yatavayam tvam vishmrichabo stagita gir upalakshasena. O moon, you appear to be suffering from a severe fever, perhaps tuberculosis. Indeed, your effulgence does not have the strength to destroy the darkness. Have you become mad after hearing the songs of Krishna? Is that why you are silent? Seeing your suffering, we feel that you are one of us. Kim tva charitam asmabir malayani late priyam Govinda panganir binne hridiraya sinasmaram. O Malayan breeze, kindly tell us what is wrong, what wrong we have done to you. Why do you fan the flames of desire in our hearts? We have been pierced by the arrow of Govinda's glance, for he is perfect in the art of awakening the influence of Cupid. Mega shimangstram asidi daito yadavendrasya nunam Shrivat Sankam Vayamiva Bhavandyati prema-bhakti Achyutkanta Shavala Hridayo Smadvido Bashpadara Smitva Vishwajasi Muhudukadastat Prasanga. Dear cloud, O friend of Krishna's, are you thinking of the Srivatsa symbol on Krishna's chest, like us queens engaged in loving affairs with him? You are absorbed in meditation, remembering the association of Krishna, and thus you shed tears of misery. Priyarava padani bhashashe mritya sanjivikayana mritya sanjivikanaya gira karavani kim ajate karavani kim ajate priyam padame valgita kanta kokila. Dear cuckoo, because you possess a very sweet voice and you are very expert in imitating others. Oh, not because. It just says, dear cuckoo, you possess a very sweet voice and you are very expert in imitating others. You could excite even a dead body with your voice. Therefore, tell the queens that good behavior is their proper duty. Na chalasi na vadasi udara buddhe kshiti dara chintayase mahantam martam api patavasudeva nandanangring vayamiva kamayase staner vidartum. O magnanimous mountain, you are very grave and sober, absorbed in thoughts of doing something very great. Like us, you have vowed to keep within your heart the lotus feet of Krishna, the son of Vasudeva. Shishya dada karashita bhatta sindhu patnya sampratyapasa kamala shriya ishtavartu yadvatkayam madhupate pranaya valokam aprapyamushta riddhanaya purukarshitasma. O rivers, wives of the ocean, we see that the ocean does not give you happiness. Thus you have almost dried up, and you no longer bear beautiful lotuses. The lotuses have become skinny, and even in the sunshine, they are devoid of all pleasure. Similarly, the hearts of us poor queens are all dried up, and our bodies are skinny because we now are devoid of the loving affairs with Madhupati. Are you, like us, dry, without beauty, because you are devoid of Krishna's loving glance? Hangda swagatam asyatam pibapayo bruhyanga shurekatam dutam tvanu vidamakacherajita svasyasta utkang pura kim vanas chalaso hridas marati tam kasmad bhajamo vayam kshaudra lapaya kammadam shriyam rite sarvaikanishtastriyam. O Swan, you have come here so happily. Let us welcome you. We understand that you are always Krishna's messenger. Now, while you drink this milk, tell us what his message is. Has Krishna said something about us to you? May we inquire from you whether Krishna is happy? We want to know, does he remember us? We know that the goddess of fortune is serving him alone. We are simply maidservants. How can we worship him who speaks sweet words but never fulfills our desires? Text 109. Oh, a little bit. So we'll just read this one last verse. This is very important. Text 109. Mahaprabhu Nityananda Donhara Dasera Dasa Jare Kripa Karena Tarahaya Ite Vishvasa. If one becomes a servant of the servants of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda Prabhu and is favored by them, he can believe in all these discourses. Haribol. So we're always praying. Nitai Gaura Haribol. Always praying to Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. that our inner eye, the eye of our real self, will come to this land of divine faith, divine experience. Faith means experience. It means an opening of the inner eye to see what is bright, beautiful. But that is closed in mundane consciousness. So we are asking for so much help and mercy from Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. Hare Krishna, and trying to extend that also. So we'll read this verse again tomorrow to start out this next section. Jai Śrī Chaitanya Charitamrita ki Jai. Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj ki Jai. Srila Om Vishnupad A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai. Śrī Śrī Upadeśāmṛta ki Jai. Srila Rupa Goswami ki Jai. Sri Rupa Nuga Guru Varga ki Jai. These nectarian instructions by Srila Rupa Goswami. And at present, we are reading the commentary by Srila Guru Maharaj. Vacho vegam manasakroda vegam jiva vegam udaropasta vegam etan vegam yo vishaheta sarvam apimam prativim sasisyat atyahara prayasascha prajalpo niyamagraha janasanga shaloyancha sadir bhaktir binashyati utsaha nishaya daryat tatat karma pravartana sangajagat satovrite Sadbir Bhakti Prasidhyati. Okay. Dadati Pratigrahnati Guhyam Makyati Prichyati Bhunkte Bojayate Jaiva Sadvidam Pratilakshanam Krishneti Asya Giritam Manasadriyeta Dikshasti chet pranati bicha bhajantamisham Shushushaya bhajana vigyam mananya manya Nindari shunya hritamipshita shangalabhya. Then number 6. Drishtai sabhava janiterva pushascha doshe Na prakritatvam bhakta janasya pasyet Gangam vasamna kalu buddha pena panker pramadavadvam apagachati niradharmai. Sya Krishna nama charitadi sitapya vidya pito patapta rasanasya narochikanu Kinvadaramanudinam kalu saiva jushta swadvikramad bhavati tadgadamulahantri. Number 8. Tannamarupa charitadi sukirtananu smricho kramena rasana manasi niyojya tishtan vajeta danuragi jaganugami Kalam nayeda kilam ityupadeshasaram. Rival then. 9. Vaikuntats janito varamadupuri tatrapi rasotsavad Vrindaranyam udarapani ramanat tatrapi govardhanaha Radha kundamihapi gokulapate prema-bhakti plavanat Kuryadasya virajato giritate sevam vikebe kinaka. So number 10 now, this is the verse that we're now working on. And it is, of course, about the gradations of those who are making progress in some kind of discipline. From Karmi, Karmi means not in a spiritual discipline, but beyond those are the jnanis who are trying to come out of that plane. And then beyond them. Karmi vyaparito hare priyataya vyaktim yayu jnaninas tebhyo jnana vimukta bhakti parama premaika nishtastata tebhyasta pashupala pankajadusastabhyopi saradhika presta tadvadiyam tadiya sharasitam nashrayet kakriti. More dear to Krishna and all. Okay, I'll read it from here. All right.
It was page 267, right?
We are on page 268 now, and this is the translation. Jnanis are known to be more dear in all respects to Krishna than are the karmis. Devotees completely free from jnana are more dear to Krishna than the jnanis, and devotees fixed exclusively in prema are more dear than devotees who are merely completely free from jnana. So each one of these also, of course, those devotees are also free from jnana. The lotus-eyed gopis are more dear than those who are exclusively. This translation needs a little bit of work, but each one of them is also the higher one is also has any of the divine qualities of the lower ones. So, and devotees fixed exclusively in prema are more dear than devotees who are only free from jnana and have not developed prema. The lotus-eyed gopis are even more exalted than those who are fixed in prema but have not come to that platform of Madhura Rasa, Parakya Rasa. And among them, who are the gopis, Śrī Rādhikā is the most dear. This lake of hers is similarly dear to Krishna. Would any fortunate soul not take shelter here? So now we're in the middle of page 268 in the book. Hari Bol. So this begins here. Jnana Shunya Bhakti, Shraddha Ratir Bhakti, Anukramishati. The real root of existence lives in that quarter. The root of all existence lives in that quarter. The Absolute does not allow himself to become a victim of anyone's doubt, inquiry, and skepticism. Inquiry means inspection in this case. He does not like that he will have to hold himself up against you and your skepticism as to whether he is or whether he is not, and whether you will be deceived or not. All such concerns are poverty of the heart. And so we just heard from Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj. Those who have the blessing of Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, they will have no doubt about these things. And that's that. In the gradation of development from Jnana Shunya Bhakti, we are to come to prema-bhakti. Kritva harim prema bhajam, from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So now that we have heard from Ramananda Rai speaking about Jnana Shunya Bhakti, then Mahaprabhu said, yes, Now this is coming to the actual root of existence. Now we're coming into the plane of truth. Now what more is there? Now develop more in that. The extraordinary power of prema-bhakti is that she can convert the autocrat, the Supreme Lord, into the loving friend of anyone who takes to that path. This quality of devotion has such wonderful power. She can make Hari, the absolute good, she can make Hari, the absolute good, loving and affectionate towards you. She can force the Lord to befriend you and to act in your favor. Did you hear that, Ananya? What? Can you come in here?
Yes. I'm making the offering. Sorry, I'm just cooking.
Vacho Vegam. I mean it.
Yes.
Okay. The extraordinary power of prema bhakti is that she can convert the autocrat, the Supreme Lord, into the loving friend of anyone who takes to the path. This quality of devotion has such wonderful power. She can make Hari, the absolute good, loving and affectionate toward you. She can force the Lord to befriend you and act in your favor. When a great general comes home and his infant son takes him by the finger and draws him towards some direction, then he happily goes that way, wherever he may be led. He's out there conquering so many armies, but his little child can drag him helplessly around his house. This is the capacity of such devotion. Swarup Shakti Prema. The highest stage of devotion, prema, is so powerful. Swarup Shakti means divine truth. And the influence of Swarup Shakti goes to the point, the upper edge of Brahman realization, Vaikuntha, even to Shiva Loka. And that is the influence of Swarup Shakti. But when one comes to the upper plane of Swarup Shakti, the deepest, that is prema. And coming to prema, that goddess prema can make the Lord so friendly toward you. The highest stage of devotion, prema, is so powerful. Such extraordinary power is in her hand that she can force the autocrat to work on behalf of his beloved servants. So we are always approaching that. Hare Krishna. We're not approaching Krishna directly, but always Gurudev. He is the representative of that Shakti, and chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra and praying to Nityananda Prabhu and Mahaprabhu for their grace. And we are remembering Krishna in his dealings with us because that is the order of Guru. He is taking us to that Swarup Shakti plane. There's no other possible way. There's no map buried in some far-off island somewhere.
So is it Śrīmati Radharani and Gurudev who is actually merciful? Are they more merciful than Lord Shri Krishna?
They are extremely merciful. But that is also the will of Krishna. Krishna's never left out of anything. And she is pleasing him by such mercy. Everything is for pleasing Krishna. So we will remember that also. But they have their own very particular nature as well. I mean, these are very fine topics. But Mahaprabhu has come to distribute Krishna consciousness. Because Krishna belongs. Guru Maharaj said, Krishna doesn't really belong to himself. He belongs to the devotee, or he belongs to Śrīmati Radharani, who is, all devotion is coming from her. And she can give him. And this is what Guru Maharaj is trying to explain. If you march on in pursuit of mastership all over the world, then the demon of reactions will come, break your neck, and drink your blood. Did you hear that?
No, sorry, my ears are open.
Huh?
I said, no, I'm on the offering right now.
Okay, listen. If you march on in pursuit of mastership over the world, then the demon of reactions to your actions will come, break your neck, and drink prema-bhakti. Power has no power. Power becomes powerless. That is how charming devotion is. And it has to be of such a quality. This charming substance is so powerful that in the land of such devotion, power is useless, and rather power becomes the servant in that place. That land of loving service is so high, so noble, and so variegated. Power and knowledge both vanish when love divine enters. And the acme, the full conception of love divine, is in Madhura Ras. Therein there is also gradation, and ultimately it vanishes into Śrī Rādhikā's holy feet. All prema emanates from one personality, Śrī Rādhikā, just as rays of light emanate from the sun. But what is that prema? Prema, love, is the tendency to serve. So when we are trying to come into that plane of surrender and service, we always have to remember that the purpose of all of our practices is to serve. It's to give. It is for Him. Reality is for itself and by itself. He is reality personified. He is reality. And everything is for Him. And when we want to become that, we enter into an extremely tiny little box, little prison house of illusion that we can think, oh, I am so much this, I am so much that. It is so anyhow. We all know about this already. So very nice. Any questions? Jai Śrī Śrī Upadeśāmrita ki jai. Srila Rupa Goswami ki jai. Hari Bol. Jai Srila Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Rakak Sri Dev Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Jai Srila Gurudev ki jai. Hari Hare Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Gopal Govinda Ram Srimati Shri Guru Gaurachandra Giraju Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishvaya Paramahamsa Srila Bhakti Sundar Govindadev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishvaya Paramahamsa Srila Bhakti Rakhav Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Nuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Madhacharya Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Narottam Shamananda Srinivas Thakur Prabhu Ki Jai. Sad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Saparshad Shriman Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. Saparshad Shri Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyamakund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Jai Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Ki Jai. Tadiya Saka Mat Ki Jai. Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mission Ki Jai. Kol Kartal Ki Jai. Harinām Saṅkīrtan Ki Jai. Srimati Tulsi Devi Ki Jai. Samaveda Vaishnava Mandala Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Nittai Gaur Premanandi Hari Bol Jai. Jai Gurudev Ki Jai.
Hugh is asking if the four regulated principles came from Prabhupada.
They come from, yes, they come from the Srimad Bhagavatam.
Thank you to all the wonderful online devotees for being with us this morning.